Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. So last week I posted a video where I gave you a tour of my recently completed sketchbook, and today I am going to start in my new sketchbook, which I made posts on different social media where I asked everyone who saw this video to choose one out of 4 sketchbooks, and this cute little Pokemon one is the one that got the most votes. But I usually go through these books backwards. I have also been struggling with art block for the past week, which is kind of terrible timing because I'm also really excited to start the sketchbook. Also, after spending a year drawing horizontally, I am now drawing vertically again. Also, since I have this nice little color palette here, perhaps I can draw a group of color-coded characters, kind of like how I Love Magical Girl series kind of color-code their characters. So I'm thinking for the layout that I'm kind of gonna draw like a character here, a character there, and then I have like little text boxes in these corners that can maybe be like a quick little profile ID for each of the characters, like a name, age, height, something like that. Could be kind of cute. I think I'm gonna make this one a little bat. I'm gonna try and give her some like layered Hime things. Okay, it's a little messy like always, but let's clean it up. You know, I got really excited about buying these sketchbooks because I bought this type of sketchbook the first time back in 2019, and I fell in love with them really hard. Like, I loved the texture of the paper, but right now I'm really not loving it. And it is still the same brand, I'm pretty sure, just like a different cover design, obviously. But the paper does not feel as smooth as I remember it being. It's actually kind of a little scratchy. I'm going to have to check with one of my older sketchbooks later to see if I'm just making this up or if the paper did actually change. Because like right now, this almost feels just as scratchy as like that kind of gray recycled paper. Which, I mean, if this is recycled paper, that's great. I mean, recycled paper is supposed to be better for the environment, but I am incredibly sensitive to kind of rough and scratchy textures, so this is not great for me. It's a little odd that I made her bangs like perfectly straight, but then gave her kind of curly hair in the back. Since she's a bat, and I imagine that it's currently daytime whenever she was posing for this beautiful picture, I think she should also look kind of tired. Might be a little late now, but I feel like she needs socks. And I should probably, since I want to color code the characters, I should probably all give them some sort of big hair accessory. So like the dress is going to be the main color, so I should probably give them something on their head that is also the main color. Though for her it's a little late, so I'm probably just gonna have to give her like a bow in the back. It doesn't really read as a bow, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. It's my sketchbook. Nothing has to be perfect in here. I think I'm going to make this one pink. Don't know what it is, but something about her outfit and her looks is screaming pink to me. Well, so these are the other shades of pink that I have, and my biggest issue right now is finding a color for her skin. Since these two are too similar to her dress color, I wouldn't use these. This one is borderline neon colored, so I really don't want to use this pink anywhere. This one looks like a human skin tone, so I think this one might end up looking a little too weird or creepy if I cover her whole body in this color. And the dark purple is actually the color I really wanted to use for her hair. So I'm thinking that I might use the peachy skin tone to do the inside of her ears and her nose, and then keep most of her skin white. Kind of like an albino butt, I guess. But then she still has the really dark hair, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. I don't think that bat wings are two-toned, but I think it looks cuter, so that's what she's gonna get. I'm so conflicted now. Now that I decided to keep her like skin very light, like white and very pale, I've said like the whole albino bat thing. I'm tempted to keep her hair white as well, but I really need to color her hair because otherwise her arms are just disappearing. I really wish I had a lighter pink, like a much lighter, paler pink, but I really don't. So let's go in with the really dark one and hope everything turns out fine. Great. This dark pen also bleeds a lot. This purple is such a pretty color, especially as a hair color, but I really don't think this was the right choice for this character. I think the contrast between the dark hair and her white skin is a little too much. And this purple, I feel like does not harmonize well with the dress right now. I also don't think that the color that I chose for the bow and the ribbons here goes well with the dress, so maybe I should have switched it around and have the dark purple be the color of the ribbons and then this bright pink be the hair color. Let's try to figure out what the other character is going to look like. Okay, I think the sketch is pretty cute, but I'm not sure what kind of animal I want to make her. Actually, but having a pig girl and the bat girl on the same page is actually kind of cute because they both have kind of similarly shaped ears and noses. I'm also not very good at drawing like really skinny characters, but I do keep trying. And like what I said with the bat, she needs something in her hair. I think I'm gonna give her like a scrunchie to hold the bun. Alright, well, let's line it. Okay. I tried to give her a similar dress to the first one, but somehow hers ended up looking a lot more summery. Maybe it's a combination of the dress with the like hair up. Maybe I can squeeze in a little tail as well. Also tempted to give her glasses. Yeah, I'm gonna give her glasses. She can have glasses. And also, I decided that she's gonna be red. Just because I feel like she looks like kind of like a calm, introverted character with or without the glasses. And those characters tend to be like green or blue coded. So I think it would be funny to kind of go against that kind of stereotype and go for a bright red. The bell and the bow looks kind of silly, but I hope that this is gonna help me remember that these characters that I'm drawing are supposed to somehow belong together. And I've already wasted so much time today, I didn't want to waste any more time thinking of a cool kind of gimmick that could tie them together. So a bell and a bow it is. Now imagine if this character had like bluish black hair, that would look so good with this red. But that is not what's going to happen today. Alright, I don't think it's gonna work to just stick to the colors that I have. I think all of these would probably end up looking pretty awful as her skin color. Also, I feel like these two reds, the lower two, could probably also pass as orange. I'm just gonna color in the rest and then in the meantime, I'll think about what I want to do about her skin. Now that I colored in her hair, I feel like she kind of looks like a teacher. So I also looked through my other pens and I just straight up do not have a light red. Like I have a ton of pinks, but none that would pass as a light red. So I might just give up on trying to stay within the same color range when it comes to the character's skin or fur, and I'm just gonna color her in a nice piggy pink, which is gonna be the same pink that I used for the bat. I think this pen is not gonna make it much longer. And what I did notice is that unfortunately one sheet of paper was not enough to prevent the bleeding. So we still have a few stains here, but we're just gonna, I don't want to waste a page, so we're just gonna pretend like they're not there. I'm gonna add a second piece of paper, which should hopefully be enough to be bleed proof now. So let's just start by sketching in the poses again. Okay, so I did say that the next one is gonna be a raccoon, so I should probably stick to that. I think this one can have a bit of like a, not an evil smile, but being a little cheeky, a little mischievous. And I think I'm gonna give her short hair, since the other two had long hair, just to switch it up a little. Maybe I can make her hair kind of curly as well. I think I'm gonna give her shorts. Alright, that's good enough for me. Alright, so let's color her in yellow. She looks so sassy, but she looks so good. Like, she turned out so much better than I thought she would, but the yellow goes so well with the blue. I do have to admit I did mess up her face markings a little bit though, but maybe she just has a bit of a special pattern. Alright, so let's do the next one up here. She's a goat, but I want to give her some really long legs. I really like adding animal attributes to characters, but I don't really want to stick to just whatever body type matches the actual animal best. So in this case, the goat girl can be the tallest one. Kind of wish I would have left a little more room up here. So maybe I'm gonna have to give her a broken horn. Okay, she looks kind of cute. It's still messy, but just trust the process. Once I finish the line out, I'm sure you'll agree with me. Alright, so next this character is going to be green. Screen is quite a bit darker than I thought. Let's hope that it's still gonna work out. I might regret this, but I'm gonna try to give her a darker jacket and then use a lighter color for the underskirt and the bows. So there's a whole bunch of different colored patterns that I could go for with the goat, or I could leave her white or make her entirely brown. But I think I'm gonna go for white with brown spots just because that's my favorite type of goat. Maybe it's because of the shade of green that I use, but she kind of looks like she got dressed for St. Patrick's Day. Also, now that I colored in her hair, I definitely say this is a lot more yellow than it is green. But it does still look cute in combination with her outfit and the brown that I chose for her spots. Okay, so the next character, I'm going to make her a dolphin. And I think I want her to be really grumpy. I was gonna make her signature color brown, but considering that she's a dolphin, maybe I should make it blue after all. Also, I might have messed up a little because I drew the top character before I drew the bottom character. So I'll have to figure out a way to squash another one in here. It's quite dark again, but it's such a pretty blue. Now I did think that making her signature color blue instead of brown would suit the dolphin theme pretty well, but I'm starting to regret that because I feel like now it just kind of all blurs together with her skin tone. Alright, well, anyway, let's try to squeeze another character in down here. Well, I guess she's gonna be turquoise now. Well, to be fair, this might actually work to her benefit, because this way there will be more contrast between her outfit and her fur. All these turquoise pens are like really dark and way too similar to each other. I fear it's unfortunate, but I fear this is the worst character I've drawn so far. The picture turned out to be overall quite a bit darker than I would have liked, just because of the turquoise here. But at least I think the turquoise goes pretty well with the color that I chose for her fur. Like the brown and the dark turquoise go together quite nicely. Alright, well, let's continue. Only 2 more characters to go. This one's going to be a butterfly, and I want to give her some nice kind of big flowy sleeves. And then the other one for this page, I think I'm going to make the other one a fox. I already love her. I love that smile, it's so cute. I wasn't sure if I should go for the closed eye look, but since she is supposed to be a fox, I feel like going with the kind of kitsune eyes kind of made sense. They look so cute. I really like these two. I wish the other characters that I drew looked just as good, but oh well. Especially the 2 blue characters. I kind of wish I could just redraw them. But I feel like this video is already long enough, or at least filming it is already taking me forever. But maybe somewhere in the future I can fix their designs. But for now, the butterfly is gonna be the brown one, and the fox is gonna be the purple one. Let's start with her. I wanted to go for some darker colors because I've been using a lot of pastels lately. I feel like I should have probably stuck to the pastels. I really hate it when I kind of end up losing my line art within the colors. And I feel like this is what's been happening with a lot of these pictures. Although, pretty much except for the turquoise, I think all of the colors are very pretty, including this brown. Just a shame that I'm losing a lot of my detail in the wrinkles. By themselves, these 2 colors just look like, I don't know, normal, simple, boring brown shades. But together, they kind of make her dress look very chocolatey now. So, since this color is incredibly bright and not even close to being a shade of brown, I think I'm just gonna skip this one. And these 2 are both like a very yellow or a very red kind of brown. But since both of the shades on her dress look more yellowy to me, I think I'm gonna stick to the more light yellow brown pen for her hair. It's just kind of interesting. By itself, I feel like this like brown gray, well, that name's not really suitable, but by itself, I feel like this yellowish brown looks kind of nasty. But on here, as a hair color, I think it works pretty well. Alright, so now that we colored in her outfit and her hair, it's time to color in her body and her wings. I hope this is gonna turn out alright. So I'm not sure how well this gray is gonna look in combination with all the brown, since I only have a cool gray and not a warm one. Yeah, I think a warm gray would have definitely looked better, but I think it's still alright. I kind of want to give her orange wings, but I don't know if I have an orange pen. Maybe I can use a reddish brown for her wings then. I feel like I should have definitely sorted this pen into the red category. But in my defense, I kind of went by the caps and this looked more brown than red to me. I had to double layer the gray for her wings, just because it kind of works well as a black replacement on her skin, but not so much here, just because the red's pretty dark as well. But I think like this, she looks pretty cute. So now then, the last one is going to be the purple fox girl. Oh yeah, of course the purple is very dark and just completely eating up my line art. This is even worse than the brown. This is so sad. You cannot see my line art anymore at all. You can't see the seams or the folds of this dress. Now it just looks like a big blob of purple. That's a lot of time wasted there. Maybe once I finish coloring everything else and the purple ink's properly dry, I might try to darken the line art again. For now, I'll color in the rest of her outfit. I imagined her with like basically black hair, but since all the other purples that I have left are very, very, very light, that is obviously not gonna happen. So I might as well just take the purple that is just a slightly bit lighter than the other one for her hair later on, because then maybe that's gonna be slightly less contrasting with the orange fur that I'm gonna give her. I thought the fox girl is gonna be my favorite one, but honestly the colors, this really dark purple, kind of ruined it for me. I just realized I do not have an orange, but now I already drew the pattern on the fox girl. I don't want to use the same color that I used for the butterfly one's wings. Maybe I'll just use the dark yellow. So, wish me luck, I guess. This dark yellow is a way better replacement for orange than this red. Should just use the same color for the wings here. Okay. I'll just think up some quick little character profiles for all of them to fill in these little empty boxes that I have on the page. And then I'll be back. Alright, so here are the little character profiles. I wanted this to be really quick, so I just picked like the first names that Pinterest suggested me. So we've got Pippa, Dahlia, Grace, Amy Beth, Dorothea, Livia, Belle, and Juniper. Not only did I give these characters these cute little boxes with a little bit of info on them, but I also felt like being a little extra. And maybe this page is going to give it away. But there's also a background. If you saw the title of this video or the thumbnail, you probably already know where I'm going with this. But I actually took all of these characters and turned them into a little mini game. After I finished drawing all the characters, I was still struggling to find a theme that can connect all of them. So I was brainstorming with Nicholas and we kind of came up with the idea that all of them work as like tutors for primary school kids, since all of them are basically high school students. And the premise is that the player character is a parent that is struggling to keep up with their kid's homework. But instead of sending the kid to tutoring classes, the parent themselves goes to those tutoring classes. And then all of these girls get really excited to help them out and basically force the player character into partaking in a quiz. And then they judge them how good they did and if they actually need the tutoring classes or if they're gonna be fine without them. The game is a mess, but it works. A lot of the pictures and the text isn't positioned perfectly and there's definitely some grammar and spelling errors. But considering I made all of this, so like the art, the script, and the programming all in like 3 days, I think the outcome is acceptable. And you can absolutely go play it if you really want to. It's linked on my twitch.io page and you can find a link to that in my description down below. This is probably never going to turn into a real game, but it was a fun little exercise. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you enjoyed or appreciate my fun little surprise. Anyway, that's it. And goodbye!